Bible verse blocks until the devil drop. Bible verse blocks until the devil's top. And we coming real hard, don't matter about your God. We coming real hard, don't ever drop your rod. Cause we tired of playing with you, and now we gotta get you. We tired of playing with you, and now we gotta stick you. You know when you a liar, if you going to the fire, you ratchet to the rider, you gon' be tired. Cause we tired of playing with you, and now we gotta get you. We tired of playing with you, and now we gotta stick you. You know when you a liar, if you going to the fire, you ratchet to the rider, you gon' be tired. And now you gotta leave, we already took your keys, and we taking back the block with the power from the top. And while you throw them rocks and you hide your hands, but through the spirit of God, yeah, we see you, man. And why you hide your hands, I thought you was a gangster, man. When you know indeed, you can't even get your keys. So take your hands off the shorty, all these homies and the wannabes. And even real G's, you ain't got no support. You know your time is short. It's almost time for your day in court. Then you know when you a liar, if you're going to the fire, you can ratchet to the rider, you be gon' be tired. Look, we tired of playing with you, and now we gotta get you. We tired of playing with you, and now we gotta stick you. You know when you a liar, if you're going to the fire, you can ratchet to the rider, you be gon' be tired. You still gotta leave here. What it is, y'all. It's the King back at you with the street noise, taking back the block. How y'all doing this evening? We're gonna talk about today. I felt like just getting on here, just talking today. You know, I just feel like venting, you know? We can vent about the state of our young men in the city of Chicago and Rockford, Illinois. It's terrible, man. We gotta, you know, I mentored and talked to a lot of young guys, man, that's out there doing their thing in the street now, you know. It's just different from when I was out there, you know what I'm saying? When I was out there, it was about business. Everything we did was about business. If it didn't make dollars, it didn't make sense. You know, it ain't like that no more. You know, these guys, man, today, man, they be so emotional, man. You know, it's kind of like females be acting. You know, females, you know, they do everything with their emotions and stuff like that, man. I see that in our young men today. And it ain't their fault. You know, it's because they ain't had no man role model or the right role model in their life. These women out here raising these kids by themselves now. And the father just ain't nowhere to be around, you know. I hold myself accountable for a lot of it too, because the streets had me caught up, you know. And you more focus on getting things for your kids rather than having a relationship with them, you know. Now, when it comes to having things and a relationship, I think it's better to have a relationship than give them things. So we go out there and we say, man, I gotta get out here and get this money, man. I gotta take care, get my kids taken care of. I gotta make sure my kids straight, you know what I'm saying? That's an excuse that you use. But you really mean you wanna make sure you straight. But we use that as a front, you know? If you if you think about it, if you really cared about your child, then you'll change the way you live. You see what I'm saying? While you sacrificing out there to go get your child these things, these good things you think is so important, you putting your life on the line and your child. See, because if you get caught and you go to jail, then your child ain't gonna have nobody to raise him up to be a man. You know, now he gotta go find it anywhere he can, and most of the time, it's in the wrong place, and that's with the boy and the girl. For real. Because you sacrifice
the wrong way, you know. Your child need you more than anything because you can install value and purpose in his life. But without that, a child just existing. He just existing. Don't know where to turn or where to go. He just trying to fit in. I grew up like that. My grandmother raised me, but after I got so old, there's only so much she could do before the streets just pulled me away. My dad had been locked up for 20 years, so he didn't grow up. I didn't grow up with my father around. So the streets was my father. It's a lot of, man, this cycle go over and over and over and over again, man. Until you have grandson, father, and grandfather all locked up in the same penitentiary. A generation, locked up. Same thing keep happening over and over again. See, we got to see these things, man, and try to break these generational curses, man. That's what they are, the generational curses. You know, my father was a hustler, man. My father was about that paper, man. You know, they said when my father was 14, 15 years old, he had more money than grown folks. You know, them the stories that I heard about my dad. I heard them stories and, you know, the same thing fell up on me. But I come to realize, man, through the grace of God, this ain't the way to go, man. I was wise enough to listen to the signs and see how the OGs before me, I watched them all go down. I watched them all fall. Guys that I admired, man. You know what I'm saying? The streets of Chicago, man. I mean, some real serious dudes. I'm like, if these Negroes go down, man, what chance do I have? You know, I got to a point in my life, man, I began to figure that out, you know. And hard as it was for me to walk away from the game, I listened to the signs and I did it. But see, the devil is running rapid. Don't nothing change in the game but faces, like I always say. But now it's happening more rapidly, you know? It's happening more and more rapidly. The devil is trying to take as many as he can because his time is short. His time is short. And he's trying to take as many as he can. See, the world has got so dark that they can't see nothing spiritually, nothing at all. Sometimes you can get too deep with a person, man, they'll think you crazy because of the things that you see, because you're not really focusing on the visible things, but the invisible things is how you live your life, at least how I live my life. The things that I can't see, that the natural eye can't see, but the spiritual eye can, you know. It's a whole nother world behind these natural eyes that we look out of. And to be honest, the things that you see with your natural eyes is all a lie. Most of it is a lie. But the things that you can see with your spiritual eye reveal truth. A whole lot of truth and wisdom, knowledge and understanding relies in the spirit of the Most High God. When you take on that spirit, you're able to see the seen and unseen things. That's the time we in now. I try to stay before God. And Lord, show me, man. Show me this, show me that, show me this, show me that. I need to see it so I know how to move, so I can warn your people. You know, it's time now to keep your armor on for real and walk in righteousness. Just try to walk in righteousness. It's time for the children to come back to righteousness. And a lot of y'all out there right now, listen, y'all like and subscribe and share this video. But let me tell you about a lot of y'all out there right now, you're at your crossroad. Yeah. Once upon a time, everything you touch, man, you brought in chunks of money. Everything you touch, man, you was getting it. You was getting it. But you at a time now in your life that it ain't happening like that no more. And you wondering to yourself, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing going right. I'm steady falling off, and I'm fighting to stay on. You know what I'm saying? What the hell is going on? This is what you're saying to yourself. You know? And you could be at your crossroad. So you gotta read the signs, man. You know what I'm saying? When stuff start happening like that, it may be time to shake the dust off and move around. For real. God is trying to warn you. He's trying to tell you something. Because, you know, God allow all of us to do our own thing for a season. But we all were created and put on this planet to do his will. And he give us choices. He give us a choice to do his will or your own. He said, I set before you life or death, and I hope that you choose life. He give us choices. He wants you to make the choice between good and evil. That's what he wants. He set before us life and death. Just as he made the light, he made darkness also. What is the light without darkness? What is darkness without the light? See, God allowed these things in the world because he wants us to make a choice between darkness and light. You know, how would he know if you really, really loved him if he just left us with the light? He allows demons to come in and tempt us. He allow it. And see what type of choices that you're going to make. Now, we all got our own personal demons that follow you around probably every day. When you land in your bed, demons whispering in your ears and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the Bible says you become a servant of that master. Whoever you yield your body to, you become a servant of that master. Today, it just seems like most people leading their bodies to the demon. And the demon is leading them to destruction. You know, it makes me think about when I was in the street. I had became so angry. See, anger ushers in many demons. When you're a young child and you grow up, you got anger spirits in you. Anger usher in many demons. And when they come in, their job is to lead the body to destruction. And once it leads the body to destruction, the demon leaves. So in my 20s, I know, as I look back now, I was so angry and evil and did so many evil things. I know my body was being controlled by a spirit because I was doing things that I couldn't even stop myself from doing. But yet the Spirit of God was talking to me, but I wasn't listening because I kept yielding myself to the demonic spirit. And it was designed to lead me to destruction. So when I got shot up and almost died and killed, it wasn't until I got into the hospital that I was able to see the things that I had done when I came out of the coma. Once I came out of the coma and started healing, I started seeing things that I done that I couldn't believe I done. But see, the demon come in and it blinds you. It blinds you. It takes total control, and then it blinds you a lot of these things that you doing. And once the demon lead the body to destruction, and he tried to take the soul, you know what I'm saying? But God have grace and mercy upon some of us, you know what I'm saying? And once the body is led to destruction, the demon leaves. Like I said, when I came out the coma and started getting well, I would look back on things that I done and I couldn't believe I done them. That's because I was being controlled by a demonic spirit. They exist, man. Demonic spirits exist. And see, let me tell you, so I can look up on people now and I can see demonic spirits up on them just by looking, because I used to be controlled by them things. For real. So I can see them. Yes, I can see them. And some of them you can see good, and some of them hide themselves pretty good. But what comes out the mouth, you know what's in the heart. Shoot. The eyes is the window to the soul. When you look into a person's eyes, you can tell a lot about them also. But I say all that to say this. The devil is trying to kill our young men, and it's up to us to get in and at least try to warn them. A lot of my music that I write is based upon my life. You know, and the story that I'm telling now, I made a song about that too. It's called Calling. And while I was doing all those things, Jesus Christ kept calling. You know, he kept calling, man, and he was breaking me down when nothing going right, man. You know, that's because God is trying to get you to change your life. If anybody going through that's watching this video, you got to be able to read the signs. You know there's something special about you on the inside while you're doing these evil things. Whoever I'm talking to, you know it's something special about you, but you ain't figured it out yet. Satan don't want you to figure it out because he's trying to destroy you before you find out who you are. But let me tell you, whoever you are, man, listen to the signs, man. The game don't last for nobody forever. All you got to do is look at the brothers before you, look at the OGs before you, look at the outcome of their lives if they didn't walk away from the game. That same faith that they had, it's going to be yours if you don't walk away. He calling. Some of y'all, he calling. Oh. Some of y'all, he calling.
What he say?
He said, sound the alarm. They still think the Big G playing.
Sound the alarm. He trying to sound the alarm. He trying to let you know.
Hey, yo, Israel, it's time to come back home to righteousness.
Tribe of Judah. Come back home to righteousness.
Jesus Christ be calling. Why you think you out there balling? But you ain't doing nothing but slipping and falling. Why you be calling? And yeah, you think you a Mac, but the game you play is whack. So listen to the track as I spit these facts.
I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. Listen. To whoever this for, Jesus Christ be calling. Why you think you out there balling? But you ain't doing nothing but slipping and falling. Why he be calling? Y'all like and subscribe. Share these videos. I'm here to warn the people. God bless. And the King is out.